Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to revise the transformation question that was in June 2024. It was on number 11. It is reading, answer the whole of this question on a sheet of graph paper. Use a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 2 units on both axes. Triangle XYZ has vertices at X, which is 1, 1, Y, which is 4, 1, and Z, which is 2, 3. Draw and label the triangle XYZ. So what is very important is you need to follow the scale that is provided. So here, this is the scale, 2 centimeters to represent 2 units in both axes. And also it is very important to label that this is the y-axis and also this is the x-axis. So first of all, we want to plot the point x, which is 1, 1. It means that it is 1 in the x-axis and 1 in the y-axis. So 1 in the x-axis and 1 in the y-axis, it is going to be this point. And also it is very important that we label it. This is point x. The next point that we are going to plot is y, which is 4, 1. It means 4 in the x-axis and 1 in the y-axis. So we are going to label this point y. Finally, we want to label z, which is 2, 3. 2 in the x-axis and 3 in the y-axis. So 2 in the x-axis and 3 in the y-axis, it is going to be this point. And then we need to label it z. After that, we are going to join these 3 points in order to come up with triangle XYZ. By doing this, you obtain the first mark. Let us move on to part B. Part B is saying triangle XYZ is mapped onto triangle X1, Y1, Z1 by a transformation M, which is represented by matrix 1, 1, minus 1, 2. Draw and label triangle X1, Y1, Z1. So we are going to pre-multiply this XYZ by this matrix. So it is very important that you know how to write the coordinates in column vector way. This 1, 1, it means that our x is going to be 1, our y is going to be at the bottom. So we write 1, 1. This 4, 1, it is going to be 4, 1. This 2, 3 is going to be 2, 3. Then we are going to multiply. We say this row times this column. So it implies that we say 1 times 1 plus this negative 1 times 1. Negative 1 times 1. And then we move to the next one. We say this row times this column. So it is 1 times 4 plus minus 1 times 1. We multiply this row by this column. So we say 1 times 2 plus minus 1 times 3. And then on the second row, we are going to say this row times this column. So it is 1 times 1 plus 2 times 1. This row times this column, it is 1 times 4 plus 2 times 1. This row times this column, we say 1 times 2 plus 2 times 3. And then we add, here if we say 1 times 1 minus 1 times 1, we are going to get 0. And then 1 times 4, it is 4. 4 minus 1, we get 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 3, we get minus 1. 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2 times 1, we get 3. And then 1 times 4, it is 4 plus 2, we get 6. And then finally 1 times 2, it is 2 plus 6, we get 8. So we are going to plot the triangle X1, Y1, Z1 using this. So for X1, we are having 0 and 3. So 0 in the x-axis and 3 in the y-axis, it is going to be this point Then we are going to label it x1. Next, we are having 3, 6. So for 3, 6, it is 3 in the x-axis and 6 in the y-axis. So we plot this point. We are going to label it y1. And then next we are having minus 1, 8. It is minus 1 in the x-axis and 8 in the y-axis. So minus 1 in the x-axis and 8 in the y-axis, it is going to be this point, and then we label it, it is our Z1. And then after this, we are going to join these 3 points in order to come up with triangle x1, y1, z1. By doing this, you obtain the 3 marks on part B. We now need to move on to part C. Part C is reading triangle x1, y1, z1 is mapped onto triangle x2, y2, z2 by a 90 degrees anticlockwise rotation about minus 2, 0. Draw and label triangle x2, y2, z2. So here, the center of rotation is not the origin. What we need to do is we first need to subtract the center of rotation so that we are going to rotate as what we would do if it was rotation 90 degrees anticlockwise on 0, 0. And then after that, we add back the center of rotation. So we are going to subtract the center of rotation on all the 3 coordinates. This is our x1, y1, z1, right? So we say 0 minus 2, we are going to get 2. And then 3 minus 0, we are going to get 3. Next, we are saying 3 minus 2, we are going to get 5. 6 minus 0, it is 6. And then minus 1 minus 2, we are going to get positive 1. And then minus 1 minus 0, we are going to get, 8 minus 0, we are going to get 8. And then the next step, we are now going to rotate this 90 degrees anticlockwise. So if it is rotation 90 degrees anticlockwise, the matrix that is used is 0 minus 1, 1, 0. So we are going to pre-multiply this matrix by this matrix so that we are going to have, so here if we say 0 times 2, it is 0 minus 1 times 3, we are going to get minus 3. 0 times 5, 0, minus 1 times 6, we get minus 6. 0 times 1, 0, minus 1 times 8, we get minus 8. 1 times 2, it is 2. 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 5, it is 5. 0 times 6, 0. 1 times 1, it is 1. 0 times 8, 0. And then after this step, we now add the center of rotation. So minus 3 plus minus 2, we are going to get minus 5. Minus 6 plus minus 2, we are going to get minus 8. Minus 2 plus minus 2, minus 8 plus minus 2, we are going to get minus 10. 2 plus 0, it is 2. 5 plus 0, 5. 1 plus 0, 1. So we are going to plot the coordinates here. So this is going to be our x2, y2, and z2. So for our x2, we are having minus 5 and 2. So minus 5 in the x-axis and 2 in the y-axis, it is going to be this point. We are going to label this point that it is x2. Next, we are having minus 8, 5. So it is minus 8 in the x-axis and 5 in the y-axis. It is going to be this point. We are going to label it. This is our y2. Finally, we are having minus 10, 1. Minus 10 in the x-axis and 1 in the y-axis. It is going to be this point, and we are going to label it Z2. So after this, I'm going to join these 3 points. So here I'm going to confirm using a tracing paper if my rotation was correct, because we are saying that we are rotating x1, y1, z1 90 degrees and clockwise. So let me show you. This is the x, and this is the y, and this is the z. I want to rotate this 90 degrees and clockwise. So if I rotate 90 degrees and clockwise, it is going to be like this. Can you see that here? This is our z, it is now z2. This is our x, it is now x2. And then this is our y, it is now y2. Let us move on to part D. It is saying triangle x3, y3, z3. Yes, vertices at x3, which is minus 3, minus 3. y3, which is minus 12, minus 3. And z3, which is minus 6, minus 9. We are supposed to draw and label x3, y3, z3. So we are saying minus 3 in the x-axis and minus 3 in the y-axis. So minus 3 in the x-axis and minus 3 in the y-axis. It is going to be this point. We are going to label it. This is our x3. And then next we are having y3, which is minus 12, minus 3. So our minus 12 is here, and then our minus 3 is here. I'm going to plot this point. After plotting minus 12, minus 3, I'm going to label it y3. So this is our y3. And then next we want to plot z3, which is minus 6, minus 9. So this is going to be our z3. I'm going to join these 3 points in order to come up with triangle x3, y3, z3. Let us now move on to part E. We're supposed to describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle xyz onto triangle x3, y3, z3. So the transformation that maps this triangle onto this triangle, it is enlargement. So you get your first mark of just stating that enlargement is occurred. And then when describing enlargement, it is very important to know that you need to specify the center of enlargement and also the scale factor of enlargement. So first we are going to state the center of enlargement. So we need to draw lines that are going to join the corresponding points. Here we are having x and x3. We are going to join to draw a line that join x and x3. We draw another line. Where they meet is going to be the center of enlargement. So here I'm going to join this point and this point like this. And then next I want to join this y and this y3. I'm going to join like this. Can you see that the 2 lines, they are meeting at the 0, 0 at the point of origin? So it means that the center of enlargement is going to be 0, 0. So finally, we want to state the scale factor of enlargement. So when we are dealing with enlargement and the center of enlargement is 0, 0, the matrix that is used to multiply the object into image, it is known as K0 and 0K, where K is representing the scale factor of enlargement. So here, our X, Y, Z, we are having 1, 1. For our Y, we are having 4, 1. And then for our Z, we are having 2, 3. This is equal to, for our image, our X3, it is equal to minus 3, minus 3, and y3 is minus 12, minus 3, and then our z3, it is equal to minus 6, minus 9. So we need to find the value of k. We are going to say k times 1, we get k, plus 0 times 1, we get 0. This is equal to this minus 3. And then we need to make k the subject of formula. It is going to be k is equals to minus 3. So it implies that the scale factor of enlargement is negative 3. And then lastly, we are supposed to write down the matrix which represents the transformation in C. So this is the matrix K0, 0K. On K, we are going to substitute minus 3 so that our matrix of enlargement is going to be minus 3, 0, 0, minus 3. This was the complete solution for the transformation question that was in June 2024. By doing this, you obtain your 100% on transformation. Thank you so much, guys, for following me on this channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. I love you all. This is Eve signing out.